a journey awaits.
When it's come to tourism, it is one of the main income sources of Sri Lanka and as well as many countries. It is the third largest export category and 2019 accounted for 7% of global trade. For some countries, it can represent over 20% of their GDP. Tourism was one of the sectors most affected by the COVID-19. According to that, we are going to analyze about the impact of COVID-19 against the tourism sector and how it affected the jobs related to the tourism industry and how it affected the deficit of foreign exchange due to the bad impact of tourism sector. Because of this crisis, many people who survived from tourism lost their jobs. Sri Lanka as a country which is mostly surviving from the tourism has highly impacted from decreasing tourist arrivals in the past 3 years. In this discussion, we are going to analyze how it increased and decreased in arrivals of tourists and how it affected the deficit of foreign exchange due to decrease of tourist arrivals. Let's look details about those things in deeply according to each year with numerical.
Due to COVID-19 pandemic, number of the foreigners arriving in the country is decreased. This has caused a drastic fall in the inflow of the foreigners currently to the island. As tourism is main income source of our country, it is declination direct affect the country.
We used secondary data to collect information about tourism. We refer to websites for that. The website of Sri Lanka Tourism Development Authority, the website of Ministry of Tourism, the website of Department of Census and Statistics, the international tourist arrivals by region.
Sri Lanka welcomed the highest ever number of tourist arrivals in 2018 with 2.3 million arrivals. So 2018 is a special year for Sri Lanka. So let's see the highlights of this year. Foreign exchange earnings are 4,308 million US dollars. Direct contribution to GDP is 4.9 as a percentage. Then average duration of stay is 10.8 nights. Room occupancy rate of graded accommodation 72.77 as a percentage. Then total employment generation, direct employment 169,003. Indirect employment 219,484. So top 5 tourist source market to Sri Lanka are India, China, United Kingdom, Germany and Australia. Let's see the tourist performance 2009 to 19. In 2009, 0.4 million tourists arrived to Sri Lanka. In 2010, 0.6 million tourists arrived to Sri Lanka. In 2011, 0.8 million tourists arrived to Sri Lanka. In 2012, it's 1 million. 2013, 1.2 million. 2014, 1.5 million. 15, 1.7 million. 16, 2 million. 17, 2.1 million. 18, 2.3 million, which is the highest number that ever recorded in tourist history.
This table shows the arrivals of foreigners into Sri Lanka. The number of foreigners arriving in the country was 1,682 in January 2021 and it has increased to 4,168 by April. Again, that level has dropped to 2,621 by July and since then it seems have to grown rapidly. The main reason of this COVID condition, initially due to the corona situation, the number of foreign visitors decreased but by the end of the year it shows increased the number of foreign arrivals. This table shows the income earned by Sri Lanka from foreign arrivals. Although it had negative value in 2008, it shows growth in 2009 and 10 and decrease again 2012. But it has shown as an increase in 2013 to 2018. It has shown a slight slowdown.
Tourism is the main income source of Sri Lanka. In the last few years, the tourism industry has suffered a rapid setback in the COVID disaster. These days, tourism are starting to back to Sri Lanka, but there are so many actions we can take to keep up the tourism industry. They are ensuring that Sri Lanka is safe from COVID-19, providing packages and making new provisions by the government to tourism industry, training of well-trained tour guides.
The Sri Lankan government has made tourism a fundamental pillar of the country, recognizing the island's extraordinary natural and cultural advantages. So, as you see in the bar chart, Sri Lanka recorded over 2.3 million tourist arrivals in 2018, and it is the highest ever arrival figure recorded. In 2019, over 1.9 million tourist arrivals recorded, 18% decrease from 2018 as a result of the April Easter terror. In 2020, COVID-19 pandemic crippled the tourism sector. Because of that, as in the chart, this year only recorded around 500,000 tourist arrivals. It's a 73.5% decrease from 2019.
The number of tourists visit Sri Lanka in the year 2021 was recorded as 194,888. When we compare it with 2020, we can see a decrease in tourist arrivals in 2021, as can be seen in this chart. If it is present numerically, it is 507,704 to 194,495. As a percentage of it is 61.7 decreased. With the COVID-19 pandemic situation, we all can see that tourist arrivals will be very low by 2020 and 2021 compared to the other years. The first 4 days of January 2022 alone recorded 11,380 tourist arrivals. Most of them are Russians. In the January 2021, only 1,682 tourist arrivals in the Sri Lanka. So we can assume the number of tourists to increase in 2020.
As we all know, tourism has traditionally been the third largest foreign exchange earner in Sri Lanka. When we look into the chart, as you can see, Sri Lanka tourism revenue gradually increased between 2015 and 2018. In 2018, tourism revenue is hitting the highest point of about 4,380.6 million US dollars, and it is a 4.9% direct contribution to GDP. In year 2019, tourism revenue is about 3,606.9 million US dollars, and it is a 4.3 direct contribution to GDP. However, it is a 17.6% decrease from 2018.
The result of the COVID-19 pandemic situation, we can see the all income resources of Sri Lanka were decreased, and also the tourism arrivals were decreased. Tourism is the one of the main income source in Sri Lanka. According to this chart, we can see in 2020, Sri Lanka earned 0.7 million from tourism. When we comparing the revenue from tourism industry with the year 2019 and 2020, we can see there is a decrease in tourism. 0.6 million to 0.7 million. As a percentage of it is 73.4 decrease. Considering the revenue generated from the tourism industry in the year 2020 and 2021, we can see the tourism income in 2020 is less than the year 2020 income. According to the members of tourism arrivals during the first 4 days of January 2022, we can assume the revenue of the tourism industry will be increased.
As my team members said about the COVID-19 pandemic has caused significant disruption in the global economy. By the end of the first quarter of 2020, the COVID-19 pandemic had brought international travel to an abrupt halt and significantly impacted the tourism industry. And in our country, the tourism sector is a major source of employment, government revenue and foreign exchange earnings. As the result, the country lost dollar reserve and lost revenue. So finally, we as a team hope that the whole world will recover soon.